So you want to start a new YouTube channel. That's great, you're in for a wild ride. However, if you don't do this one thing, you're setting yourself up for failure from the very start. That one thing? Selecting your niche. And unfortunately for new YouTubers, it's something that's very easy to get wrong. In this video, I'll walk you through a niche selection framework that will pinpoint exactly what you need to focus on in your YouTube journey. And by the end of this video, you'll have a defined niche that's optimized for YouTube success. I'm Aprilynne, and this is YouTube Niche Selection. First off, let's talk about what's at stake. Why does niche selection matter so much to begin with, especially this early on in your YouTube journey? After all, I'm sure you've heard some popular large YouTubers spout advice such as,
just focus on making videos as quickly as you can. Just start making videos at first. It doesn't matter what the topic is.
I understand the sentiment. After all, we're here to make videos, and if you've never picked up a camera before, the best way to learn is by doing. However, the proper strategy and groundwork put in play before you pick up a camera can dramatically improve your chances of success. Making videos without doing the proper groundwork first is like running a race while blindfolded. Yes, you're covering some major distance, but there's a good chance that you're running in the wrong direction. And with the amount of time and effort that goes into creating a single YouTube video, that's something that we can't afford. Which brings us to niche selection. Your niche is the specific topic or category of content that you focus on in your videos. If someone were to ask you, hey, what's your YouTube channel about? Your answer would be your niche. Niche selection is incredibly important, as it can either help your YouTube channel get off the ground or leave you dead in the water. This is why I disagree with YouTubers whose common advice is
just start making videos immediately. Don't think about anything else.
What you make your videos about matters, and starting off intentionally will put you way ahead of those who just start making videos about anything and everything. Just like any market, gaps exist within YouTube. In the relative scheme of all content, YouTube is still very new. As a result, there are many gaps between what viewers want and what content already exists out there. For instance, there's a ton of content on YouTube about how to do YouTube or how to be a YouTuber. It's a pretty saturated niche. But diving deeper, you may notice that a lot of these YouTube growth channels just focus on challenge or entertainment YouTube videos or YouTube videos as a whole. There's a lot less content focused on how to make educational YouTube videos. As more and more people turn to YouTube to learn things, there's a growing demand for people on YouTube who can effectively teach things. And as this demand grows, so too does the demand for content about how to make good educational videos. That's a gap in the market. And in fact, that's a gap that this YouTube channel is targeting. Finding gaps to target is immensely important because, let's face it, when you're just starting out on YouTube, your videos are probably not going to be very good. I'm not saying that as a roast, and maybe you already have video making experience and you're going to hit the ground running and it's all going to be great. But categorically, most people's first videos are not very good. Why do I bring this up? Well, if you're initially trying to tackle a niche that already has a lot of experienced YouTubers in it creating great content, it's going to be very difficult to get people to watch your videos. Why would someone watch a low quality video when a high quality video of the same topic already exists? You're already way behind the curve, and it's really hard to penetrate that market. But there are plenty of okay, not great, videos on YouTube that still perform incredibly well. Take this YouTube video, for example. It's okay. He's in frame, but it's nowhere near the polish that large YouTubers have. And yet, this video has over 140,000 views. Now, why do you think a video like that has that many views? It all comes down to niche and gaps in the market. He made a video that didn't yet exist, but that there was untapped demand for. As a result, his video, though unpolished, was the only choice for people who wanted to learn how to install a curtain rod easily. And his video quality was good enough to get the job done. So that's one of the reasons why niche matters to you at this stage, maybe before you've even started your YouTube channel. If you're intentional about choosing a niche that represents a gap in the content that already exists, you have a much better shot at getting your content discovered by lots and lots of people, even if you're just starting out. The other reason why niche matters to you at this stage is because niche does play a large role in determining your YouTube ad revenue. One of the main drivers of your YouTube ad revenue is your CPM, or cost per mil. This is the cost in dollars that advertisers pay every 1,000 times their ads ads are shown on your video. Your CPM is dependent on a number of factors, one of which is niche. Different niches have different CPMs. These do fluctuate, but I can give you a rough idea. I had a mommy vlogger friend tell me that her CPM was around 70 cents per 1,000 views. A cooking channel might have a CPM of $4 per 1,000 views. A productivity channel might have a CPM of $8 per 1,000 views. Getting into some of the higher CPMs, a tech review channel might have a CPM of $10 to $12. And the current highest CPM niches are finance and crypto, which should have CPMs of over $20. Obviously, there's a huge range here. It's easier to earn money on YouTube if you're a finance channel versus if you're a cooking channel. But you shouldn't select your niche solely on its potential for income. Instead, follow this niche selection framework. Get out a pen and paper, open a Notion doc, do whatever it is that you do to take notes. First, consider your interests, hobbies, passions, and expertise. Write down the topics that you are the most knowledgeable, experienced, or interested in. It's likely that when you decided to start a YouTube channel in the first place, you already had an idea or two floating around your head about what you wanted to make videos about. That's great. Add them to the list. Once you have your list of potential topics, go through them again and think very seriously about whether or not you'd be able to make one video per week on these topics. Your goal should be to upload one video per week for a full year. Do you have enough knowledge and interest in these topics to consistently create videos about them? If not, cross them off the list. Next, for each remaining topic, note what unique insight or angle you have on that topic. What particular qualities about your identities or experiences add something special to that topic? For instance, maybe you're a fashion connoisseur and also a movie buff. That's how Mina Lee got started, with a combination of the two. Or perhaps you've watched Avatar: The Last Airbender and you've watched it so many times that you notice things that literally no one else ever could. Yes, that's the sole premise behind the very real and very successful Overanalyzing Avatar channel. Really take the time to think about your unique insight or angle. If you don't have any for a particular topic, it's probably a sign that you don't have enough to stand out or differentiate yourself in that niche. Cross it off the list. Next, for each remaining topic, research the current YouTube market and competition. Are there already a lot of creators in your niche? Who are they and what types of videos do they make? How long are they? What types of titles and thumbnails do they produce? Is there a gap in their content that you feel like you could fill? Bonus points if that gap aligns with your unique insight or angle from the previous step. After these steps, the niches that you're left with should be looking pretty good. Finally, check your remaining niche ideas to make sure that you're not making one of these common niche selection mistakes. Mistake number one is choosing a niche that is too broad or general, such as music or tech as a niche. The one case where some people are able to get away with this is if they use their personality as a niche. I'm looking at you, Emma Chamberlain.
I'm cold. BRB.
Honestly, I don't have too much to say about vlogs or using your personality as a niche. I'm much more so on the educational side of YouTube, and I don't have nearly enough of a personality to pull that off. But typically, when you go too broad in your niche, it becomes difficult to identify what sort of content would resonate with your viewers and what your unique insight or angle is in that niche. This makes it much harder for your channel to take off in the first place, which is what we're trying to avoid. Mistake number two is selecting a creator that you like and just copying their niche content and style. It's likely that your favorite creators did so well because they had some unique insight or angle that they added to their chosen niche. The goal is differentiation here. Let's take Ali Abdaal for instance. His content is great. If you like productivity, tech, and reading, who wouldn't want to be Ali? But here's the thing. Ali's videos are constructed with the context of his time as a medical student, a doctor, and an entrepreneur who's built multi-million-dollar businesses. His unique experiences are what help shape his videos. Unless you have something very special of your own to contribute to the equation, you're not going to succeed creating his same style of content. The last mistake I'll mention is selecting a niche based purely on its popularity or its potential for income. I know a lot about this mistake. I've made it firsthand. My first YouTube channel ended up becoming a channel about understanding NFTs. I enjoy experimenting and I looked into NFTs because everyone was talking about them and I had no idea what they were. I taught myself the basics and tried it out and then reflected on my journey. This was at the height of the NFT craze and the content took off. People appreciated how I was able to convey complex technical topics such as the blockchain and gas fees in simple language that anyone could understand. I was lured in by the popularity of the topic and by the crazy CPM that I was seeing. $21 isn't bad. But ultimately, I'm not an NFT person at all. After the initial rush, it became very difficult to consistently create videos about something that I wasn't passionate about or even really interested in. It became harder and harder to create a video, to press record. I grew to absolutely dread it, to the point where I had to take a very, very, very long break from YouTube altogether. Remember, your goal is to create 1 video per week for a full year. If you're not genuinely interested in your subject matter, even if it is quite lucrative, I guarantee you that it's going to be very, very difficult to make it to that year. It's incredibly important that you choose a niche that you genuinely care about and will enjoy creating content about in the long term. Look over that list of remaining niche ideas that you have. Are you making any of the common niche selection mistakes? If so, make your corrections now. If not, then congratulations. You have your new YouTube niche. If you're curious about my own YouTube journey and why I'm starting from scratch with a brand new channel instead of converting my old channel with over 22,000 subscribers, check out this video. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you can, and I will see you in the next video.